Hi, this is being broadcast live. This is behind the scenes, setting up a conference in Ecuador with two laptops and the Google technology. Uh, I'm putting this on Lockwood Hospital TV, friend, so people can watch us setting up.
So how's it being streamed, and is it being recorded?
Yeah, it's being recorded. Right? It's being recorded and it's being televised live. Hope you don't mind. Don't say
No,
anything.
that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to show people it's not hard to televise events. Uh, and we're going to work on the quality now once the people from Ecuador come on. As typical of the Latin cultures, they're late.
Well, then I must be one of those cultures.
Yeah.
That's a bad habit I have.
So how you been, Fred? You've been busy, huh?
Yeah, really. Dr. Downs, I work with a conference called Robo Universe.
Yes, I saw your video.
Yeah, when's the next one?
The next one is in New York, April 10th to 12th, and it's also combined with the 3D print show or Inside 3D Print and a VR conference.
Wow.
So we're putting three of those together as sort of emerging technologies. We've been doing it for about a year now, the Robo, and the 3D print conference has been running since 2013. So the combination of all three of those, we expect conservatively to have minimum of 5,000, probably closer to 10,000 at the conference.
Wow, sounds great.
And the exhibits will be open to everybody.
Well, friend, I was thinking maybe we don't need to do a separate standalone online robotics. Maybe we could figure some way we can be an accessory to Robo Universe. You know what I mean?
Sure. Laura's really open to discussions, so we'll have to talk with Laura later. We'll set up a time, and I'm sure she's open to any kind of promotion we could do. We could go back and talk to some of the people that I've talked to or had in the past. Connor Walsh. In fact, that's how Casamini, that's how I met him. They had the up at Harvard in Boston last year, a one-day conference with the Vice Institute on soft robotics.
Mm-hmm.
An all-star lineup up there. Really, a big cluster of a lot of people doing things in that area. I had Tandy Towler. Connor Walsh spoke last year in New York, and then I had in California a couple of people. First we had Tandy Towler, who's been working on assistive robotics. He's an ex-Microsoft, long-time Microsoft employee. At the end of his Microsoft career, he was doing robotics work in introducing that. And later, Microsoft sort of closed that down, which was unfortunate. So I'm not sure what's happening there. But he's been undercover and really getting ready to launch any day now. Robotics for assistive, basically for the aging population. He did a great presentation on calling it the Silver Surfer, which talks about the aging population and the need to really to have some kind of assistive devices.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. Well, Fran, this is Carlos Umaguano. He's a neurosurgeon from Quito.
Hello, Carlos.
Hello.
This is Fran Raybuck. He's the guy that's big in robotics. Not just medical robotics, but robotics in general. And he's going to watch us try to set up here. No, I sent an email to Rodrigo.
Yeah?
Okay, yeah, I guess they're going to join us soon. And we'll try to set it up. We're just going to try to set up the audio and the video. But the audio and the video that we did, Carlos says the Wi-Fi is kind of a, when you connect with Wi-Fi, Fran, it's not too consistent.
Well, that's what I have now. It depends on where your Wi-Fi is.
Yeah.
Well, there's some good Wi-Fi with a strong signal, and there's some Wi-Fi that's on the borderline that's not. So, and it looks like Carlos doesn't have a strong one. Strong Wi-Fi. So, like Wi-Fi near universities are very good.
Yeah, I'm probably getting ready to upgrade to fiber. The Verizon FiOS is now here.
Yeah, there's
And
all kinds of services coming out with super fast internet. Uh,
yeah,
there's
you'll be
one,
able to stream
not
tons.
Verizon, but the Infinity, not Infinity. Yeah, Comcast has come up with something. It costs a couple $100 a month. It's supposed to be super fast.
No, you're talking. The FiOS is $79. It includes phone and actually TV.
Oh, okay. Is that the new one?
Yeah, they're rolling it out in the different areas. The Comcast is probably more expensive, but they're supposedly laying fiber here too in the region.
Okay. Let me just check on the. Yeah, have you been to Japan, Fran?
No, but I've been to Korea
Yeah,
and
you were just in Korea last year, right?
yeah, and
Over.
heading back again this year for again we have our Robo Universe conference. Korea's
Hmm.
very fast moving, up and coming culture in technology and stuff. Uh, Very pleased, and the people working with the people there, really amazing. In fact, a big thing is they are really trying to compete heavily with Japan in robotics and trying to move ahead. Probably in other things too, but in
Hmm.
general, in robotics, I know they're making a big push.
Asimo.
3D printing is very advanced in South Korea, right? Is the government funding them pretty heavily?
Yeah, for years they were talking about building this robot land, like a massive robotic Disneyland-like park, and it got delayed and canceled. And, the latest I read last year was, they were opening sometime 2016. I don't know what the status is. I got to check on it. We have a partner over there that basically does most of the recruiting, and then we supply a mixture of speakers. It's a great, an amazing conference. They have instant. When I gave my presentation there, they had a translator that was translating what I was saying live, um, and vice versa. So I could put on the headsets, and they were doing it. I mean, it's just so amazing how cultures like that adapt quickly to multilingual things. And here in the United States, that would be a major technical feat.
Yeah.
We're very
Yeah.
ingrained in English.
Yeah,
It was at the Kintex Center, which is, well, it's a large sort of conference area, and they're building, I think, like a third or a fourth one. Gorgeous facility, really well suited to have conferences and events there and stuff.
in Seoul, Korea.
In Seoul, yeah, Kintex, Kintex is like their conference center area. It's a
Well,
whole
we
building.
always we have a guy. He's an ENT guy from Seoul. We communicate with a lot.
Dr. Kim.
We didn't have much success. We're trying to get other Korean docs to do hangouts, and Simon has seen this too. In their culture, they're very hesitant to put their face on the screen.
Yeah.
For hangouts doesn't go well with the Oriental cultures.
Yeah, well,
It's a different, I don't think Americans really care. Most Americans don't care, but the Orientals is like, ooh. It's that way when, in Latin America, when you take pictures of some people, they think you're taking their spirit away.
Yeah. Similar here.
Same way here. Same
Well,
way.
the privacy issue is like HIPAA times 10. They're afraid of Skyping with me for fear that some private information will be sucked out of their computer through Skype.
Oh, really? They'll hack.
Yeah.
Computer will be
Yeah.
hacked.
Yeah. That's the general feeling regarding Skype, So the Hangouts is something beyond imagination. So,
That'll be a long time before it's
well, I'm working on it.
widespread acceptance. So Fran, the next conference is in April 10th.
Yeah, 10th, 11th, and 12th. 10th is actually a workshop day, mainly for the 3D print and VR. And then the 11th and 12th are the 2 days of conference sessions. We have 4 tracks. One is on manufacturing and logistics. We have a track on cognitive science, a track on drones, and the last track is on business and investment and jobs. Found three great speakers. We had a session last year. There's big hype about robots taking jobs away and the future of that, and suddenly there will be no jobs. But I've got three amazing speakers that have statistics and numbers that just blow you away and talk about the growth of jobs and businesses and economies. One guy's did a whole report on drones. Another guy is from the Institute for Technology in the Future. And the third person is from the A3, the automation. And they show different angles of it. One shows that economies grow as the use of robotics grow. It's almost parallel lines, which makes sense, because if the economies are growing, there's generally a need for work or things to get done. And oftentimes there's shortages of people, and the shortage of people can be made up by adding robotics. I mean, that's the logical cycle. People think it's a substitute. In the long run, it may happen, but there's a lot of other stuff. A big thing in robotics is the cobots, or cooperative robotics, made famous by iRobot and Universal. And basically, humans work alongside them. They program them. You don't need special, robotics programmers. The drone report is pretty amazing. It was done for AUVSI. And on the drone report, they talked about state-by-state growth in taxes and revenues and things like that, and jobs. And the projections there are just off the chart. And by the time our conference comes along, that guy's going to have a new study that was sponsored by the Commerce Department. There will be an update on that.
Well, John Hornick, he's a speaker in 3D. He wrote a book on it. He says that the economies will shift towards the West again with 3D printing and robotics. The jobs will come back to the West, and they won't be come from the Oriental places like China, where they're printing things very cheaply now. But it'll come back to the U.S. where technology resides more than the other cultures. It was an interesting view.
Yeah, I think John's right. There is a trend towards insourcing. Even Foxconn, which is famous, for slave labor in China. They're building a robotics factory. I think they're doing the work here now, or in California, for Apple in the future. So that is an emerging trend, although I'm not convinced. I think you really need somebody that's going to really jumpstart the whole manufacturing phase. Not just, there's small things happening, but it's unfortunate that our current political system and Obama hasn't pushed more on that. He did start some things initially in manufacturing, then it just seemed to die out. He was creating education.
I think I saw somewhere a country like China is building a huge factory of 3D printing. Have you heard?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're very aggressive.
The Chinese are doing that.
Yeah. By the way, yes, I don't know if you've seen, it'll probably come out in a lot of the pop news, but they just had Toy Fair here up in New York, and I was following it. I was supposed to look, I didn't get a chance. Today's the last day, and I just don't have time. I got to do some other stuff. But Autodesk and Mattel announced a $300 3D printer that they'll be having in time for Christmas this year.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. The Christmas, right, gotta have. Yeah, someone else said from the conference that if once kids accept it, watch out. They'll be nagging their parents till everybody has one. Johnny has one. I want one too.
Yeah, I think some of that will become a passing fad. And I've always told people that want to get into 3D printing, I ask them, well, what do you want to do with it? There's a box and it can 3D print. Now what do you do? And too often they don't have that answer. I encourage them to use some free CAD software first and try to design things in 3D, or go to one of the open sites that have lots of parts that you can either get for free or borrow, and play around with the software first, because you got to make the object right. And if you don't, you think you're just going to sort of, like Play-Doh, mold something on the screen. And you can do that. There are some tools there, but generally that's not going to be the case. They have to understand what they're going to do, or else they become very frustrated. And also, the print speeds are not something that I think kids might be accustomed to.
Yeah.
My
Sure.
concept of 3D printing was when I was a kid, we had vacuum form and we had creepy crawlers. You put in a liquid and you would heat it and it would come
Yeah.
out. And the vacuum form was like a plastic. You would put like a little die piece or of a car, and then you flip over or something, and you pump it, and it would suck the piece down, and you cut it out. So that was our 3D print world at that time.
Well, one thing you're privy to, with being a conference guy, to things that are really happening, and one of the things that I gleaned from associating with the 3D printing people is how dependent 3D printing is on the development of material science. Uh, they can't go anywhere unless material science develops.
Yeah, I mean, there's a rush for different types of materials and things like that. The hottest things today are metal printing because the big players want that. The GEs, the aircraft manufacturers, automobile, they want good, fast, solid. And there's different. I don't know if John talked about it. By the way, John and I were both over in Korea last at the same time.
Yeah. I mentioned your name to him.
Yeah, know
Yeah,
him well. Great guy.
You remember John Simon, the guy that wrote the book on 3D printing?
Yes.
Fran knew him from Korea.
Really? Wow.
He served in the service.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I just finished watching MASH for the 50th time. Watched the whole season, the whole series, again from start to finish. I love that series.
Well, I worked with a surgeon in Georgia that was in the MASH unit in Korea.
Yeah.
And it was funny. He didn't come out and say it. He says, well, there are two kind of doctors in that unit. There were the card players and there were the socializers. He didn't come out and say what they really were.
Mm-hmm.
The card players and the socializers.
Yeah.
And of course, MASH exploits the non-card player aspect.
Must have been tough. Must have been tough. I can't imagine.
But it's funny. Geez, I think Carlos disappeared. Let me check on him. Just give me a second here. Oh, our system is bad. Okay. Okay. Carlos can't come. Okay. Hope this is not a full boarding. What's going to happen? Okay.
By the way, I probably need to get off in about 7 minutes here. So
Yeah, sure.
Me too.
if that's going to be disruptive, I mean, I can leave it.
No. This is a low key, just a session of what looks good, move it back, turn it up to sun, that kind of stuff. Setting it up. We did this before last year with a conference on neuromodulation from Quito. It went well. Dave, the IT guy, he basically set it up, but it was kind of trial and error. All we did was tell the IT people there to move this here, connect it there, do this, and we got it. So it's doable to be able to, televise with just laptops. Of course, the conference like Rover University, you'd want something a lot better. What are you guys doing? Are you guys doing anything with live streaming at all, or no? You're just not exploring that yet.
Are you talking to me, John?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now their marketing has been challenging. It's probably a conservative way. We were recently sold to a new company, Rising Media. It's no longer owned by Meckler.
That's Meckler. That's Meckler's. Used to be Meckler.
Oh, that was Meckler's, and he sold that.
Right. To who?
Right.
Sell it to? Who did you sell it to?
Rising Media.
Oh, okay. Big player?
Their headquarters, yeah, pretty big. Their headquarters is in Germany. They actually were partners with Meckler Media in running some of the events that we have planned for Europe.
Yeah.
So I think overall it'll be a positive thing. I see much more effort being devoted to marketing and that means not just social stuff, Facebook and LinkedIn. You really need to get out there and you need to do things like this, video type things and advertise it. We have a lot of partnerships and things like that, but it also is local. When you have these conferences today, there's some percentage that are interested and will travel. But I don't know. Conservatively, probably 50% or more come locally from the area. So New York is a great area for it in a lot of ways. You have a lot of manufacturing along the whole New Jersey corridor there, and in New York is sort of resurfacing or reinvigorating, I guess, a lot of their manufacturing in upstate New York.
Well, I think down the line it'll eventually be used as a revenue source for conferences to broadcast. I mean, charge $200, $400, depending upon what package they want to watch.
Sure.
I think that eventually it'll. But you know, speaking about your Robo Universe in April, let me just throw this out, an idea, and you could think about it. We could just do, hangouts with the main speakers. You don't have to give the full presentation. Just give, a partial to say, okay, we're going to have this Robo Universe, April 10th, and kind of use it as like a promo videos.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, I mean, something that would not harm or challenge is to rewind and go back to speakers we had last year, or in San Diego or in New York, Connor Walsh and Andy Trowler and a couple others from the Human Brain Project, which I'm most interested in. It's amazing the things that are happening in research in the brain from both sides, creating.
Well, Fran, we're probably going to televise the conference of on April 8th to 10th in Miami. The brain mapping organization, Babak Kateb from LA. Do you know that organization, brain mapping?
No, but I do want to connect with them because a lot of those people I probably have connected. I wouldn't be surprised. What is their website?
Yeah, let me show you right now. Let me screen share it right now. Worldbrainmapping.org. Yeah, he wants us to live stream it. Of course, the price is right. Let me. And I'm working with a hospital down here in Miami. Hopefully, we can work out something. Okay, see the brain mapping, worldbrainmapping.org. Babak Kateb. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive board of directors and that stuff.
I met him in Tokyo. Very interesting.
Yeah, we had the Europeans have probably invested the most. They have their, in fact, some of the people I may know on here.
Yeah, look at it. I'm sure you recognize a lot of these names on this.
Yeah, it's a little hard for me to see exactly.
You can't see that? You can't see it very good? Okay. Yeah, look at the website, worldbrainmapping.org.
World Brain Mapping, okay.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat box here. Hold on. You know how to use the chat, right? Let me get off the screen share. I'll put it in the, you know what the chat box is, Fran?
Oops, I'm sorry, I just switched over and I'm...
Okay, I put it in the chat box. Do you see the URL?
Yeah.
Worldbrainmapping.org.
The Neuro Network.
They have a lineup not only of neurosurgeons, neurologists, but they have government people, they have funders, and if you look at the videos of the past conferences, the people like it because they really mix with people of other niches. And it's not just neuroscientists; it's people from all areas. Okay, dog, you got to go. Okay.
I apologize.
No problem. No problem.
It's very nice meeting you, and I hope to meet you again, Fran.
Yes, same here.
Yeah, Fran, Simon will be part of whatever I'm doing. So
Thank you very much.
And hopefully maybe we'll do some robotics thing.
That'd be great. Thank you very much.
Okay, dog, we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I was bringing it up on my screen here.
Yeah, I'm sure you know a lot of names. You got some really good names. They're going to be in Miami, and I've been talking to them for a while. They said, yeah, why don't you televise the event? They got involved with some Polycon government people, and I knew they were going to crash and burn because they were so complicated, downloading hardware. I said to them, look, Hangouts, you don't need anything. Everybody has a Gmail, everyone has a browser. That's all you need. Good internet connection, and we could televise it with that technology. And I showed them the one from Spain we did, and Ecuador. He says, yeah, why don't you guys do it? Now, there's a quite, I'm sure, Fran, you're in that position where payment. So essentially, he's not going to pay, but I may get a hospital to pay something anyways. But I'll do it for nothing because they have a fantastic lineup of people, and it would be good for the resume to televise it.
Yeah, I mean, we should make some joint effort. It seems like, and just looking at it quickly, it seems like they are focused more U.S. because I see the G20 World Brain.
They have a good showing from Australia, India, Japan. They have a pretty good. If you look at their prior conferences, look at the lineups they had, and look at the people giving testimonials. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. He was one of the 500 guys that Obama invited to the White House. The Brain Initiative thing. He went to that. He went to that thing, and he's got a huge name. But he runs his conferences pretty tight. He doesn't pay for people to go there. I guess you guys have to pay for your speakers to get there and the hotel.
No, surprisingly, we're pretty good. There are, a few that are, and in fact, the ones that I found that were most like that were the West Coasters. The people. There's a Robo Earth thing, and there's Robo Brain. When you were saying Robo Brain, I thought, oh, is this the same? And it's a different one actually. So they're pulling. I'm going to look and see where a lot of these people come from.
Okay.
Some I may be interested in. Some I may be interested in trying to connect again with our marketing across market. Not that our conference isn't totally focused on medical and brain mapping and things like that. I think it's brilliant. Is this the 13th annual? Well, see, they're talking about the brain, spinal cord mapping, image guide therapy, and some of the stuff we're doing. I'm sure it's parallel, but a lot of the stuff is trying to build and map and create, a computerized brain.
Right.
IBM's doing a lot of work in that area, and that's what we do. So.
Well, I'm surprised there's so many competing organizations because this is all new to me. The Paul Allen has a brain mapping organization out in Oregon. Portland, Microsoft Paul Allen.
Who is that?
Paul Allen.
Yeah, I know Paul Allen, but what does he have?
Some kind of brain mapping organization out there on the West Coast.
Huh? Out of Seattle?
Yeah, out of his town, wherever his town is. Is it Seattle? Is it Portland? I got confused. Portland, Oregon.
Oh, he's maybe it was. I think he was originally, he's originally.
Yeah, he owns one of those sports teams out there, and also a big, huge brain mapping organization. And I didn't realize these organizations compete because I tried to get them on board, and they didn't want to talk at all. They said, different organization. And Babbitt told me, he said, don't be surprised if some people don't want to hear from you because they belong to other competing organizations.
No, John, I'll get you connected and we'll talk to the people in Europe. Really, I think the organization is in Switzerland, actually. But it's all in Europe and Germany, multiple universities. European Union, I think, has invested like $9 billion or something like that. It dwarfs what Obama has put into the Brain Initiative. Especially when you compare.
Yeah, they have a huge brain initiative in Europe. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, huge, billions and billions of dollars.
Yeah, more combinations. They have about 9 different sections of things that they're trying to compete with.
Well, they said something. I found out something that's kind of scared me because they said they had in Germany 300 top German scientists working on the brain initiative, and I thought to myself, "Oh shit! The last time 300 German scientists got together, oh, watch out, watch out, man."
Yeah, yeah. But I think it's not just Germany. The center of that is pretty much Europe, and actually Switzerland, I think, has deeper. Um, and then the other one is located more in the West Coast, Anish Katasha or something like that.
I don't know.
He was one of our speakers, but never showed up at the conference.
Yeah.
It was one of the last ones. It was like, oh man, I was really looking forward to it. So
yeah. Well,
anyway,
that probably doesn't happen too often.
see, I don't see a lot of universities that are associated with doing stuff. One definitely is the Harvard area, up in Harvard, and that whole Weiss
Right.
Institute there. They're very closely connected into doing and know people that are doing things.
Well, I don't know if anyone's watching, but well, main players aren't even here. I don't know what's going on here. Oh well.
West Hollywood, California.
Let me check here to see if I got an email. Sometimes people say, "Oh, something happened."
Oh, they have the first satellite symposium, second Midwest conference on STEM biology. Interesting. Looks like they have paid to get some big broadcasting stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you look at the bottom of the page about previous conferences, first satellite symposium.
Which page?
This is on the World Brain Mapping.
Oh, okay. Which link is that?
Neural network. They have different groups. You know, it's funny. I was talking with somebody from IEEE, and we were talking about the brain, and they were interested, and they were going to do some stuff. And apparently, I guess this was the organization they were going to do some things with.
Okay, let me go there. Hold on. I just heard from the tech. They're in Ecuador. They're late getting to work. See, it's the same time in Quito. Okay, world. Okay. So there's a link at the bottom. Which link?
I'm sorry. What are you looking for, or what did I?
There's a link at the bottom of the page.
Oh, on the world mapping, if you scroll all the way down the bottom in like yellow.
Yep.
Second line, first satellite symposium, second Midwest conference.
I got it.
So apparently we're doing pretty expensive satellite symposium.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. No, they tried to hook up with some government organization, NASA, using Polycom. Have you used that system, Polycom?
Yeah. Polycom, yeah, is it's sort of a corporate type of.
Yeah, it's complicated and hardware. Hey, Carlos, you're back. Carlos?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Rodrigo said he's waiting for the tech to come. Okay.
I sent to the name for the people who for whom you must to send the link.
Yeah, I just sent it again. Yeah, let me check.
I sent Agustin.
August. I sent it to Rodrigo, the link.
Hello.
You know, friends, this is great. We're televising my incompetency. We're organizing.
Yeah.
What's the weather like in Philly?
We just had a lot of snow last night, so
Oh, it's in the middle of winter now, so that's.
yeah. Well, it's a mushy type thing. Seems like it's going away.
Oh, okay. Now you get up early in the morning, obviously, 5 o'clock.
Yeah, sometime around there usually.
Oh, okay. And you stay home, you work from the computer all day from your home, or you travel around, or?
Yeah, it depends. It's pretty erratic. Sometimes I'm out. Sometimes I'm just under the gun. I got a lot of recruiting I got to do for Robo Universal on the short notice here.
I mean, you still have to get speakers for the conference coming up in April?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow.
When they changed hands, it just they didn't do a very good job.
Oh, okay. But so the speakers that you had on
Ya, ya, hasta luego. Hasta luego, hasta luego, hasta luego.
okay, I guess we get some news here, I think. Okay, Carlos.
Hello.
Oh, okay, I'll send that link to Augustine. Okay, I don't have his Augustine's email address.
Yo,
All right, John, I gotta leave.
email
Okay,
address, John?
Frank, let me know what you want to do. Okay.
Today at 1 o'clock I'll be on with you. Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'll send the link. Come a little early because you might be able to talk to him about the conference.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks, Frank.
Bye.
Bye bye. ¿Tiene el email de Augustine?
Estoy preguntando ahora, espérame un momento.
Okay.
Pero no le puedes enviar al Facebook, puedes tomarle como amigo.